Right. Doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy. I often forget about that. They're like, you go to jail for having mushrooms.
That was like
On you.
one of the things that really like maintained my headspace was like the government's bad, you know, because I went through that like when I first did mushrooms at like 1920 and was like the government's fucked, and then like kind of like put it on the back burner for a while and just like forgot about it and like just went in with society and like fitted in. And then when this is all coming out, being like, well, they obviously don't have your best intentions because psychedelics are illegal.
Yeah.
Especially with that recent study that came out saying that SSRIs, like antidepressant medication, doesn't work as we thought, and we don't actually know what it does. And then like a week later, the thing that you posted about like, and we also don't know about Alzheimer's medication. Like, wait, so what do you know? Because you've lied about like two real big things right there.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? That they do you know what's his name? Weinstein. There's the Weinstein brothers.
Brett Weinstein?
Brett Weinstein, and what's his brother's name?
I'm not sure. You mean like the Dark Horse podcast?
Yeah. He's done this thing that's quite controversial. He did this paper about how, you know, how a lot of the science in America is based off vivisection on mice.
Yep.
And he did a paper basically on how the mice in American vivisection were faulty. Like there was a fundamental problem with what they were doing.
Like retarded mice?
I can't remember the actual the specifics of his paper, but what I do remember is the reaction he got from the institution. You mean it's like science isn't open-minded because there's people invested in the current. People have built their whole careers off the current like orthodoxy. So if you're going like the whole orthodoxy is wrong, like Galileo saying the Earth is round, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like, you're a fucking heretic. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
for me, like, that's things that people want to overlook. And if the fact that people want to overlook that stuff tells me that, like, they probably don't have good intentions.
Or that it's got a lot of merit to make people overlook it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's
Exactly.
interesting with, like, trying to red pill some people along the way through all this, where you like, send some really, like, obvious things, you know, like you see it and you're like, well, like going on looking at jab inserts, you know, like you can go onto the CDC, you can look at their jab inserts, basically the piece of paper that comes with jabs when you get a jab, you know, that theoretically meant to show you all like the safety data or like the warning kind of pamphlet. Go to like section 13.1 on like all jabs, and I'm yet to find a jab where they admit that they have done studies on mutagenesis, carcinogenicity, fertility, or toxicity. And you're like, why haven't these been studied for that? How the hell do you push these things without anyone actually having done the safety data of like, does it actually mutate your genes? Let's find that out.
And also, like, anyone with logic could know that they have no way of knowing.
100%.
Because they just made these.
And
Bill Gates has even said, like, or I think Obama or Bill Gates, I can't remember, someone said, like, these have now had the world's biggest trial.
That was Obama.
Yeah. It's like,
You are
I mean,
at the trial.
we all knew that.
Yeah.
But him saying it is like, damn.
So that's something that you would think people would be like, wow, damn, snapped out of my illusionment.
But then they'll go, because they're attached to it being true, they'll be like, yeah, see, it was fine. Just trust him, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why are the...
I'm standing up and I'm telling you I am Warhol. I am the number one most impactful.